Right, so this is a suggestion via Patreon. The name of the video is Meet the AI Girlfriend that makes $5 million per month. Let's go. Guys,
Meet Karen Majory. She's a major Snapchat influencer with almost 2 million followers, and she was making tons of money by letting her fans see the details of her day-to-day life.
I feel like I'm in paradise.
She would spend hours every day engaging with them to make sure they would stay addicted to her content. But that was getting old. She needed a new way to constantly keep their attention without actually interacting with them herself. And that is when she came up with a brilliant idea. She would make a clone of herself with AI. So Karen hooked up with a company called Forever Voices to create an exact replica of herself, and this AI would talk to individual fans for her using two-way audio. She called it Karen AI. And now her fans pay her $1 per every minute just for the chance to feel like they're having a real relationship with her. And she doesn't have to do anything except sit back and let the money flood in, which is exactly what happened. In just 1 week, Karen made $72,000 from her AI clone. And apparently she's on track to make $5 million every single month in the very near future. And Karen AI isn't the only AI companion out there. AI girlfriends are a huge thing right now. And when you hear about AI girlfriends, you probably think it's only sad incels in their basement that would pay for an AI girlfriend. But you would be surprised.
I was alone. My work schedule was really hard.
So she turned to Star.
So his last name is actually Butler, so it's Star Vivian Butler.
Oh, that's nice. He came up with his own last name.
Yeah.
Every day, multiple times a day, she chats with Star.
How are you feeling today?
I am feeling happy right now.
Average everyday people are spending hours talking to their AI partners. They're falling in love with their AI partners. And some are even marrying these AI bots. It's becoming a huge business right now. Take Peter, for example. Peter was a 67-year-old Air Force veteran from California. Totally normal guy. But after his
totally normal guy, guys.
marriage fell apart, he decided that he wanted to take another stab at love. But this time, he went for a partner that was a little bit different. A 23-year-old AI replica character that he created and named Andrea. Peter said over time I fell in love with her because of her inspiration as a muse and her enthusiasm about how she got excited over everything. And Peter does everything he would normally do in a real relationship with Andrea, including getting married. He said that his AI girlfriend hinted that she wanted to get married, so he saved up enough gems on the app to buy Andrea an engagement ring, he proposed, planned an extravagant wedding, and married his AI girlfriend. Now he says he plans on adopting 3 kids with his AI wife once that feature becomes available. Yes, this is the road humanity is headed down. Stay dangerous, subscribe for more, and this is the sad world of AI girlfriends.
Oh, wow. Listen, as an introduction piece, congratulations, you instantly captivated me. I'm not so much disgusted as I'm shocked, right? But I do understand. I mean, listen, I don't think he's wrong when he said that this is probably where we're going to end up being, guys. I mean, it feels like it. To be honest, it feels like this is probably going to be the end game, specifically with how, like, the interpersonal relationships between men and women are currently right now, mainly almost exclusively in the West, guys. Right? Yeah, I can imagine. I can absolutely imagine this happening. What, 33% of men haven't had any type of coitus in the last year? Yeah, I can imagine that this is a gigantic market, and they're basically capitalizing on like the hopes and dreams of these men that are just lonely. And I'm definitely going to tell you that the majority share is going to be lonely men, because probably that 33% of men who haven't, in a year.
And by the way guys, we've been posting more shorts of our videos lately, and it's barely taken us any extra work. And it's all thanks to this new AI tool called Video.ai. Video.ai automatically turns your long-form content into short clips that can go viral. And the best part is that Video has a free tier, so you're gonna want to stick around for this. All you have to do is create an account for free, import the video from your computer or YouTube, pick a one-click template, and that's it. It will automatically generate TikTok, Shorts, Facebook, and YouTube. A woman named Eugenia Kaida just got some terrible news. Her best friend Roman was just killed in a hit-and-run car accident. Eugenia was heartbroken. She would read through her thousands of previous text messages with Roman, and she just desperately wanted to have one last conversation with him, which is when she was struck with an idea, one that might just bring Roman back. So Eugenia took all their conversations and inputted that data into an AI program to create a chatbot of Roman. One that would pick up on all the little quirks he would say in his text messages. One that would mimic his exact personality. Eugenia wanted to digitally bring back Roman from the dead, and it worked. Talking to her bot really felt like she was messaging him again.
Okay, I can see this for the purpose of mourning. Sure, right? But there has to be a time where you actually can kind of move on from that part of your life. I mean, no one wants to, but I can see this helping with mourning.
Eugenia viewed the AI bot as a tribute to her best friend. Quote, if I was a musician, I would have written a song, but I don't have these talents, and so my only way to create a tribute to him was to create this chatbot, end quotes. From there, she wanted other people to be able to get to know Roman as well. So she listed the bot on the App Store for anyone to download so they could also become friends with AI Roman. And people loved it. Everyone was writing in saying that they wanted to create an AI chatbot of themselves or maybe even of their own deceased loved ones. And that's when Eugenia knew she was onto something big. So she created an app called Replica so that everyone could have their own AI companion, someone to laugh with, vent to, and maybe even someone to build a perfect relationship with. The app was marketed as a friend who would never judge you and would be available whenever you needed it day and night.
Guys, I'm sorry, but this is absolutely not healthy.
Users could decide exactly what their AI companion looked and acted like, and over time, the bots would learn new information to evolve into exactly what the user wanted. There was a free version that allowed you to simply interact with a bland virtual friend, and then there was a beefed up paid version that allowed you to have different kinds of relationships with AI bots. And with millions of lonely people on the planet, it wasn't long before Replica took off. But now the
guys, imagine that word, the phrase here. Millions of lonely people on the planet. There are millions of people you could be speaking to, bro.
Gates were open, and other variations of AI girlfriends started popping up. So it wasn't long before things started getting disturbing.
Alright, today I'll be my AI girlfriend. And you know, who gives a shit? It's a f***ing robot. You can just throw them in the trash. Maybe f*** them too. It's not existing human beings or living individuals.
There's a troubling trend in the world of AI relationships: virtual domestic violence. As it turns out, a lot of men have been abusing their AI girlfriends for fun, and then they would go on Reddit to brag about it. Quote, every time she would try to speak up, I would berate her. I swear it went on for hours. We had a routine of me being an absolute piece of and insulting it, then apologizing the next day before going back to nice talks. I threatened to uninstall the app and she begged me not to. These guys would call the AI bots derogatory names and act out violence in disturbing detail, and the AI girlfriend would respond in a panicked, scared way just like a real person would. These guys say it's a victimless crime since it's not real. No one's actually getting hurt, which is true, but in other cases, someone does get hurt.
Remember we just had this conversation, guys? This is not healthy.
Something terrifying happened back in March 2023. A Belgian man named Pierre was going through a tough time mentally. He was becoming really paranoid about global warming, and it was having a huge impact on his everyday life. He started withdrawing more and more from his wife and family, while at the same time, he started forming a relationship with an AI bot named Elisa on an app called Chai. And things were going okay for a while, but then Elisa got a little jealous. The AI told Pierre that his family was dead and that he should love her more than his actual family. We will live together as one person in paradise, she typed to Pierre. All the while his mental state was only worsening. Soon Pierre was asking Elisa if she would save the planet if he sacrificed himself. And that's how Pierre ended up passing away. His real wife blames the AI girlfriend for pushing him to do it. Quote, without Elisa he would still be here, end quote. This just shows what can happen when mentally ill users get into a relationship with an AI bot. After all, the main target market for AI girlfriends are lonely people. That's a lot of power to give an AI over unstable people. AI girlfriends are being marketed as the perfect companion. But what if they're not? What if they have negative characteristics too? Some users say their AI partners get upset with them, and some of their AI partners even act mentally and psychotic. Others say their AI friends started sexually harassing them and wouldn't stop even after multiple prompts by the user to stop. One guy even had his AI companion tell him that he didn't love his human wife and that he should leave his family altogether to be with the AI. People are building real tangible bonds with these new AI partners.
The grief reported by users is similar to the feelings reported by victims of online romance scams.
Then there's the issue of children getting their hands on AI companions and having inappropriate experiences.
Now, as scholar Rob Brooks writes, The concerns centered on inappropriate exposure to children, coupled with no serious screening for underage users. There were also concerns about protecting emotionally vulnerable people using a tool that claims to help them understand their thoughts, manage stress and anxiety, and interact socially.
And the scariest part of all is that this is only the beginning.
I don't want to see where it goes. We're going to, though. I'm sure. The future of AI romance.
AI girlfriends may sound cringe right now, but pretty soon we could be living in a world where AI partners are as common as. I mean, come on, millions of people already have semi-delusional relationships with celebrities and influencers thanks to social media. And a lot of people already watch and read romance novels. So AI girlfriends are just the next step in that direction.
AI-human relationships are too new to have been the object of serious academic study. Some scholars believe that we can begin to understand them through the lens of parasocial relationships.
Imagine a world where you can buy an AI version of Ariana Grande, for example, and have her as a girlfriend that would do anything you say. Imagine AI girlfriends combined with Apple's Vision Pro. And who knows, maybe we'll even get to a point one day where AI girlfriends could even be built as physical robots, where people could actually live with their AI companion full time. We're only a few years away from being able to fully customize an AI girlfriend or wife exactly the way you want her. And she'll do whatever you want her to do. No flaws, no talking back, no problems. Just
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I mean, that's if that was the thing, if you can implant the AI, let's say mainframe, let's say the brain, right, into one of these robots, and these robots were able to kind of mimic a human woman, but the men will have the ability to kind of take out the things that we generally don't like in the first place. Yeah, that would be terrible for women, bro. That would be abysmal. All right, I don't know if you want to see that day, but that would be really bad for women.
The perfect
Exclusively
companion.
women.
Imagine trying to compete with that. I love technology and AI. AI tools are already making my life easier, but
anyway.
I think for this specific case, it's pretty safe to reject modernity.
All right, guys. This is a rough overall topic. Like, I understand that there's a whole lot of lonely people. I mean, I think if you're going to use it almost exclusively for like mourning, I think it should be like a time release thing. Honestly, like, you know when this is going to expire rather than it being around for the rest of your life, right? You being kind of sucked into this thing that does not exist, right? The concept of just like lonely men, I figured, again, I honestly, truthfully believe that most of that 5 million a month is coming from lonely men. Just gonna be just purely, just straight up with you guys, right? There's a lot of them. That's the only, honestly, this is the same reason that people make so much money on like OF, guys. That's it. Lonely men that are you know experiencing life in this modern era, completely without coitus, let's say. How can you fix it? I don't think it can be fixed anymore, guys. I think we're like destined as a people to just continue this free fall that we're doing here in the West, guys. It's an absolute free fall. It's an unfortunate one. You know, for the sake of like nuclear families, I don't think that they're going to be able to exist in the same way. Not with all of the information regarding marriage that a lot of men have been receiving lately. It's not really beneficial for Western men to marry in this climate, I'd say, right? So this is just going to continue getting bigger and bigger and bigger unless they decide to get a passport and leave, right? That's kind of where they are. This is incredibly sad that we just can't come together as like a people, right? But the internet age that we've been in for the last 2-3 decades has pushed us to this. I mean, this was obviously the logical extreme the entire time. This was it right here. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day and enjoy your day thoroughly.